Shalom, call halal, Yahweh Shemi Alashai, Bahashim Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elder that came before them, that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the Aquat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, the 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yahshua, back with the WW3 Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you as well. All right, and we're going to start right here where it all ends. Revelation 11 and 14, the second woe is past. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, woe meaning destruction, in this case meaning world war. Third world war cometh quickly. This is the end of the third world war right here. Revelation 11 and 13. In the same hour was there a great earthquake. That great earthquake are those nuclear missiles destroying all of Babylon the Great. How do you know it's all of Babylon the Great? Because this next sentence here tells you that. And the 10th part of the city fell. Okay, what city? Babylon the Great city. Right? 10th part meaning all of it, right? There's 10 parts, 10 zip codes, 10 FEMA zones, you name it. And in the earthquake were slain of men, killed of men, 7 meaning everyone, complete, right? A complete number of men were slain in the earthquake of all of those missiles falling on ground zero, which is America. Fishbone will tell you. And the remnant were affrighted, and they gave glory to the power of heaven. So anyway, we already know the aftermath. Let's see what's going on at this moment. I'm going to let Nate take it away. I tried to go with a different source, but it was a little too anticlimactic. So we're going to let Nate, the first words he says, I'm like, you got the job, buddy. Ready? Take it away. Go.
We got some breaking news. This is going to be a bombshell video. Today, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Anthony Guterres, invoked Article 99 for the first time in a long time. This almost never happens. It's because he knows that the shit is about to hit the fan.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Now, there are only four overarching data points that you really truly need to understand to be a dilettante speculator at your family gatherings this holiday season. And I'm going to lay it out for you in plain English, because this all came together for me today perfectly, synchronistically, into this framework that you can utilize to understand what is very likely about to happen. Almost needs to happen, I would say, for them to move forward with whatever agenda is they have up their sleeve. I'm talking, of course, about our good friends, the neocons. Data point number 1. The Russians have obviously been withholding in this fight against Ukraine. Any honest military analyst who isn't disingenuous or isn't beholden to the mass media military-industrial complex will tell you the same. If the Russians wanted to, they could likely lay Kiev to waste. They could have done it a long time ago. The fact that they haven't yet doesn't mean they're good guys. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying atrocities haven't been committed. What I'm saying is that there's a reason why they've been holding back their best troops, their best military assets, the amount of troops that they're willing to commit. Currently, the last count was 450,000 troops in Ukraine, about a quarter of their active duty military personnel. Of course, they're still expanding. They've been limited or self-limiting in their expansion of their military. In spite of the increased funding of the military budget, they haven't embarked on any sort of full-scale mass mobilization yet, in spite of support for the war, in spite of Putin's high popularity levels. There's a reason for this, and the reason is, as we've been saying all along, is because they're saving it because they know a war with NATO is on the horizon. So they don't want to put all their cards in Ukraine, get exhausted. They learned from the battle in Austerlitz. They've learned to that they need to be more measured in terms of how many troops and resources and the sophistication of the technology that they're willing to allocate to the battlefield. Okay, so that is point number one. And again, if the Russians wanted to, they could have laid Kiev to ruins a long time ago. The fact that they haven't utilized nuclear weapons, the fact that there are only 450,000 troops, the fact that they've been somewhat restrained, not entirely. I'm not saying they're not getting their butts kicked in certain places or haven't at times, but the fact that they've been restrained is saying something. They're preparing for a war with NATO. Data point number two is that in the past 24 hours, we've heard pretty much every single person in the Biden administration, all high ranking military personnel, analysts, even bipartisan politicians on the other side of the aisle saying the exact same thing, that if we don't get support for Ukraine now, it's going to be American troops who are going to be dying fighting the Russians. Okay, so that is number.
Okay, good enough. If you want to see the rest of that, that's Canadian Prepper. One day ago yesterday, breaking Article 99 in vogue, U.S. troops to Europe. White House panics, Middle East, whatever that says. All right. Yeah, just a quick little update. Things are doing what things do. So it behooves you to keep an eye, right, on this situation because here we are. Let's read this on the way out one more time. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right? We're watching it. It ain't going nowhere. See what happens all of next week. What's today? It's Saturday. All of next week, right? Starting Monday, should be a big week in the war. With that, we hope the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.